Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn a new chapter written by American author, humorist Samuel Langhorne Clemens. Samuel Langhorne Clemens is better known by his pen name, that is Mark Twain. And the chapter we are going to learn, this is actually from his from the original text, text, or the from where the means a particular part has been taken, that is the adventure of Tom Sawyer. I hope you all have, many of you have read this. I was myself present in your library class, and I hope the children whom I can still remember, they must feel happy to learn this, that this particular part has been taken from the adventure of Tom Sawyer. Now, who is Tom Sawyer? Tom Sawyer, as you all know, is a very it's a character. Actually, Mark Twain has from his own childhood experience, he has created three wonderful characters, and obviously Tom Sawyer is the one of them, and he is unforgettable. Actually, Tom Sawyer is a very mischievous boy, but equally intelligent, and he had wonderful acting skill. Okay, and he had imagination, great quality, means great power of imagination, and with the help of his this particular power, he used to act in such a way, it was quite alluring. His acting skill was quite alluring. So though he was a mischievous boy, equally he was intelligent, he was a skillful. Now, in this particular chapter, Monday morning, let us find out what he actually wants to do. Actually, he doesn't prefer to go to school on Monday. Okay, after Saturday and Sunday, these 2 days holidays, after these holidays, he never prefers to go to school on Monday. I hope many of you will definitely be finding your own self to be in such condition. Though not in this pandemic situation, apart from this, before that, this situation has somehow made you feel the existence of your school, or your existence at school. So this is a different thing. Apart from this, when things were normal, when everything was as usual, that time you must have definitely felt so I know many Tom Sawyer is hidden within you. So he wants to make certain, he generally uses certain tricks, and he wants to make Aunt Paul feel he wants to make Aunt feel that he doesn't he is actually ill, and he doesn't want to go to school. Now, actually, his Tom Sawyer is he doesn't stay with his parents. He is orphan, and you all will definitely get interest to those who have not read yet, will definitely get interest to go through the entire book. Now, let us start. I hope all of you have kept your book ready with you, so that you all can follow each day. Okay. Monday morning found Tom Sawyer miserable. It's Monday morning when Tom Sawyer is found to be unhappy, right? Monday mornings always found him so, because they began another week's slow suffering in school. Means an entire week, Monday to Friday, again he has to go to school. There will be no break in between these days. So that's why always Monday morning found him to be unhappy. Monday morning is personified, you all can understand. Yes, he generally began that day with wishing he had no holiday in between. He used to think that, he used to tell his own self that an entire week, it's Monday, means he is not going to get any holidays within next 5 days. It made it more difficult to go back to school, just because after Saturday and Sunday, again Monday, it used to make it more difficult to go back to school. Tom lay thinking. Tom was in his bed and he was thinking, lying over there. He was thinking. Soon he wished he was sick. And as soon as he thought that again I have to go to school, it's Monday, and he tried to think that if he were sick, then he could stay home from school. Okay, here he thought that there was some chance. He canvassed his system, he checked throughout his body if anywhere he can find mark of not being well or illness. No ailment was found, and he investigated again. Means he did not find any kind of illness within his body, and he again tried to find out. This time he thought he could feel colicky symptoms. Colicky means certain means it's related to stomach pain or something like that. He began to encourage them with much hope. Suddenly he felt, yes, I can have stomach pain. And as soon as he thought so, he began to think, he began to imagine more and encourage his own self to remain stick into it. But they soon grew feeble, and soon he could feel nothing. But it was not useful. He reflected further. Suddenly he discovered something. One of his upper teeth was loose. This was lucky, and he was about to begin to groan. Groan is a sound produced out of pain. Now, but then he thought that if he told his aunt, she would pull his tooth out, and that would hurt. So this excuse will also not work. So he thought he would find something else. He could find nothing for some time. Then he remembered hearing the doctor talk about a disease that could make someone lose a finger. Something greater he has planned now. So the boy eagerly drew his sore toe from under the sheet and held it up for inspection. Now he focused on his toe. But now he did not know the necessary symptoms. But the problem is he knows about the disease, but he doesn't know about the symptoms. However, he thought that the toe should ache anyway, so he fell to groaning and with considerable spirit. Now he thought, though he didn't know about the symptoms, but he thought it must have pain. So he again started groaning, and this time with much courage. But Sid, his brother, slept on unconscious. Sid is his roommate, and he was younger to Tom. So he was sleeping, and he was unconscious about all these things. Tom groaned louder and imagined that he began to feel pain in the toe. As I told, he had great power of imagination, and with the help of his imagination, his acting used to become more alluring. Still, no reaction from Sid. Tom was beginning to feel tired by this time. He took a rest and then took a deep breath and started groaning very loudly. Sid slept on. Tom was aggravated. Aggravated means he was extremely irritated. He said, Sid, and shook him. Now he was irritated, and he cannot pretend. So he was about to call Sid. This seemed to work well, and Tom began to groan again. Now when he shook Sid, that time Sid was awake. Sid yawned, stretched, and then turned, woke up with a snort. Snort means with a loud sound that is produced while someone takes out his breath through one's nose, and began to stare at Tom as Tom was groaning. Tom went on groaning. Sid said, Tom, hey Tom. There was no response from Tom. Here, Tom, what is the matter, Tom? And he shook him and looked at his face anxiously with means in a very nervous manner. Tom moaned out, "Oh, don't, Sid, don't joggle me." Now, Tom means made a means in order to show extreme illness, extreme unhappiness, he uttered in such a way. He said, "Do not move me aside. Okay, don't joggle me. Do not move me." "Why, what's the matter, Tom?" "I must call Auntie." "No, never mind. It will be over soon, maybe." "Don't call anybody." "But I must. Don't groan, Tom. It's awful. How long you've been groaning?" Now, it's quite natural when someone, as I told, he was quite skillful in his acting, so it was quite natural for Sid to believe his acting to be real. So he was quite anxious and he was about to call Auntie. And he asked also that means for how long you have been suffering. Now, hours, ouch, "Oh, don't shake me, Sid, you will kill me." "Tom, why didn't you wake me sooner?" "Oh, Tom, don't. It makes me frightened to hear you. Tom, what is the matter?" He is extremely anxious to know what exactly has happened. "I forgive you everything," Sid. Again he groans and says, "Everything you have ever done to me when I'm gone." He pretends as if he is going to die. He is dying. "Oh, Tom, you aren't dying, are you?" "Don't, Tom. Oh, don't. Maybe." And he was stopped. "I forgive everybody," Sid. "Tell them so," Sid. And said, "You give my cat with one eye to that new girl that has come to town and tell her," as if he is dying and he has his last wish to give his cat to one girl who has come new to the town, and so on. He is going to forgive. He has forgiven everyone as if in the last wish of a dying person. But Sid had run out of the room. Tom was suffering in reality now. So well was his imagination working. Now, while pretending, Tom has started believing that he is really ill, and his acting is also in so means it's so appealing. So his groans now sounded very real. Sid ran downstairs and said, "Oh, Aunt Polly, come. Tom is dying." "Dying?" "Yes, don't wait. Come quick." "Ravij, I don't believe it." Ravij means means nonsense. I don't believe. Aunt Polly, she knew everything, right? But she ran upstairs nevertheless with Sid at her heels. Means with much um, means very quickly she reached there, and her face grew white too and her lips trembled. Means she also started believing. When she reached the bedside, she gasped, "You, Tom! Tom, what's the matter with you?" "Oh, Auntie, I am." "What's the matter with you? What is the matter with you, child?" "Oh, Auntie, my sore toes mortified." Means it's dead. Means it's I cannot feel anything. My toe is in such a condition. The old lady sank down into a chair and laughed a little. She could understand. Then cried a little. Then did both together. She was relieved that there is means as his means the way he knows Tom, he proved himself. Means there is nothing nothing happened actually. This made her feel better, and she said, "Tom, what a turn you gave me." Means you gave me a good lesson. "Now you shut up that nonsense and climb out of this." Now I could understand nothing has happened, so you need not to carry on such pretension. The groans ceased, and at once Tom could understand that Aunt is not going to believe him, and he stopped his groaning. And the pain vanished from the toe. The boy felt a little foolish, and he said, "Aunt Polly, it seemed mortified, and it hurts. It hurt so much that I never felt the pain in my tooth at all." he says, actually now he shifts his excuse from toe to teeth. Your teeth, indeed. What's the matter with your teeth? One of them is loose and it aches a lot. Means now he has started to use his different excuse. There now, don't begin that groaning again. Open your mouth. Well, your tooth is loose, but you are not going to die about that. Tom said, oh, please, Auntie, don't pull it out. It doesn't hurt anymore. Please don't, Auntie. I don't want to stay home from school. Now he has come directly to his point from where he started. And so, with the thought, he did start. Oh, you don't you? So, all this noise was because you thought you'd get to stay home from school and go fishing. Means he had a different reason to skip school. Tom, I love you so, and you seem to try every way you can to break my old heart with your outrageousness. Means with your such behavior, such shocking behavior, you always disappoint me. Now that tooth will come out on its own. Go to sleep now, and we will decide what to do when you wake up. So this up to this much we have in our text. I hope you all have definitely enjoyed the text. Now I will definitely be expecting that you all will definitely go through each line. It's very simply explained, and it's quite interesting story also. I hope you all will definitely enjoy. Now, and the task is you need to try to answer these lessons, whatever questions are there in your exercise part. First you need to try to solve them by your own self, and I will be definitely providing answer key uh, after you finish your job. I hope you all will definitely listen to this. So this much for today. Thank you, children. Have a nice day, and you must not follow, means you must not stop doing your work. I hope you all will definitely listen to my words. Thank you. Have a nice day.